If you want to retire on a tropical island before you get 40, or do you want to learn more about how successful people live and plan their life, you came to the right channel. Today we're going to be talking about my morning routine, which I call the fly mode morning routine. First of all, why would you want to have your phone on fly mode in the morning? And this comes down to something that is very essential to being an entrepreneur, which I've been for 10 years, and that is to be proactive early in the day and stay proactive throughout the day as much as possible, meaning getting away from the reactive mindset. So if you keep your phone on fly mode for your morning routine, then you will be able to have a clear mind for planning your goals and not get distracted. Because the first thing that happens as soon as you switch off fly mode is a lot of emails and notifications will pop up on your phone, and some of them will be important, and they will kind of hijack your focus, and you will immediately start to focus on solving each of these problems instead of thinking in your own mindset and staying in touch with your larger goal and your vision for your company or whatever you're trying to do. So I can mention 4 reasons that you want to keep fly mode on for the first part of the morning. Number 1, you want to spend some time every morning to reconnect with your goals, like long-term goals, short-term goals, and also just make your goals more clear, like keep them clear, clarifying your goals every morning. Because this is something that does not happen if you switch off fly mode and all your emails just rush into your inbox and you start to shuffle through them. Second reason is you can stay proactive thinking about your goals. So second reason is you can stay proactive by focusing on your own thoughts instead of letting other people interfere with your thought pattern and your goals from the early morning. The third reason, as you've probably heard, it's a bit of a cliche, is if you win the morning, you can win the day. And to win the morning, you need to be in charge instead of your phone or your emails taking control of your thought process early in the morning. Number 4, you could also say that having fly mode on is a way to ensure that you shape the day instead of the day shaping you, so to speak, through just being reactive to whatever comes into your inbox and notifications and all that stuff. So now we've talked about why you want to start your day with fly mode on. Now let's talk about how I do my morning routine, and maybe you can get inspired by some of these routines yourself. Okay, so the first thing I do in the morning is I have a cup of coffee with my journal. I call it my coffee journal. And when I do this, I focus on talking about goals that excite me, both short-term and long-term. And in general, just talking about what I'm excited about in my life. A little bit like Elon Musk, he says his reason to go to Mars, for example, or fly to Mars, is it just makes him excited to get up in the morning. He's already a billionaire. Chasing money is kind of boring for him, but doing something that serves kind of a larger purpose, so to speak, in his mind, is something that makes him excited. And it's something I think all of us should have. And staying in touch with whatever makes you excited every morning is something I recommend doing by writing in a journal every morning when you have your cup of coffee, with fly mode on, of course. Another thing I also write about in my coffee journal is just basically things that I'm thankful for overall, or accomplishments that I have done that I'm kind of proud of, just to encourage myself to do the difficult tasks that lie ahead. The next thing I do after my coffee journal is I practice my attention span, and that's an exercise that a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, do. That is to focus on your breath. I do it just for 2 to 5 minutes, and what that does is it can drastically increase your focus and your ability to stay focused on a task instead of getting distracted. It seems super simple, but if you haven't tried it yet, you should try it, and it will change your ability to focus and stay calm in stressed situations. Even though it's simple, it's actually difficult. And I challenge you, see if you can think of nothing else than your breath moving in and out for just 1 minute without having any pop-up thoughts that come and disturb you and distract you, because you will realize that your thought pattern, as soon as you start thinking one direction, your thoughts will continue down that tangent or path of thoughts. And that happens all the time. Your mind constantly suggests new things to think about. It's kind of how the mind works. And it's a really good skill to practice to control this and stay focused on what you actually want to work on and achieve. So very important skill. And then after that, the third thing I do in the morning, after writing my coffee journal and practicing my attention span, is I learn skills. I practice new skills. It could be language, it could be technology, learning how a new system works or something. But I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes learning new skills while my mind is fresh and my energy is fresh. So that's the third thing I do. And then the fourth thing I do in the morning before I turn off fly mode is I do a combination of exercise and podcasts, or one of them. So usually I go for a run or a walk listening to podcast, or if it's raining, I'll do some home exercise like push-ups or something, just something to get the blood flowing, get the body up and running. It also helps your mind to really wake up and be ready to attack the day. So that's the fourth thing I do. And now we get to the point of the whole video. Now I switch off fly mode and I start to work on my to-do list. So I start to look at what I want to do and organize each task in order. And then I look through my emails and then I adjust my to-do list accordingly to see if I'm missing anything important. So instead of being completely reactive from the first 5 minutes of the day, completely reactive to whatever pops up in my phone, I've actually managed to really connect with my goals and visions and train my skills and do something for myself instead of being reactive to the world around me. And now what I will do when I organize my to-do list will be a mix of what I plan for my life and what the world is expecting from me in my emails and messages and notifications and all that good stuff. So having those two things kind of merged together will kind of give you more control over your life and staying in touch with your long-term goals. So I hope you have some good takeaways from this video. And if you did, give it a like or share with a friend or subscribe if you haven't already.